This case seemed simple at first, but trust me, it's anything but. What starts as a fight over a car quickly spirals into a heart-wrenching battle over a child. Let's dive into the story of Sarah and Mark. They were once a happy couple, but after their breakup, things got messy. They ended up in court, not just over their shared assets, but over the most precious thing in their lives, their daughter Lily. The hearing begins, and the first issue on the table is a car. A 2018 Honda Civic, to be precise. Sarah's lawyer stands up, confident and composed. He argues that the car was a gift from Mark to Sarah. He presents text messages where Mark allegedly wrote, "I bought you this car so you and Lily can be safe." It seems pretty clear cut, right? A gift is a gift. The judge seems to be leaning in Sarah's favor, asking Mark's lawyer for a response. Mark's lawyer, however, has a different story. He claims the car was never a gift. Instead, it was a family vehicle, purchased with joint funds, and Mark's name is the only one on the title and the loan. He pulls out the official documents, showing the judge Mark's signature and a loan agreement solely in his name. The lawyer argues that Mark simply allowed Sarah to use the car for convenience, especially for taking Lily to school and appointments. The text message, he insists, was taken out of context. It was an expression of care, not a declaration of ownership transfer. The judge looks at the documents, then back at Sarah. He asks her if she contributed to the down payment or any of the monthly loan payments. Sarah hesitates. She admits she didn't contribute to the initial purchase but claims she paid for gas, insurance, and all the maintenance. She argues that these contributions should count towards her ownership. The judge nods thoughtfully, but you can see the doubt creeping in. Legally, the name on the title carries a lot of weight. Things aren't looking as good for Sarah as they did a few minutes ago. Then, the mood in the courtroom shifts dramatically. We move from the cold, hard facts of car ownership to the deeply emotional issue of child visitation. This is where the real heart of the conflict lies. Sarah's lawyer paints a picture of Mark as an unreliable and neglectful father. He claims Mark frequently cancels his scheduled weekends with Lily at the last minute, leaving Sarah to scramble for childcare. He even brings up an incident where Mark was supposed to pick Lily up from school but was 2 hours late, causing Lily significant distress. Sarah takes the stand, her voice trembling with emotion. She tells the court how much Lily misses her father, but how the constant disappointment is affecting her. She packs her little bag every other Friday, Sarah says, tears welling in her eyes, and then she waits by the window. When he doesn't show, her heart just breaks. It's not fair to her. The courtroom is silent. You can feel the weight of her words. She's not just fighting for herself. She's fighting to protect her daughter's emotional well-being. Now it's Mark's turn to defend himself. His lawyer argues that Mark is a devoted father who is being unfairly portrayed. He explains that Mark's job as a freelance graphic designer has an unpredictable schedule. The late cancellations weren't out of carelessness, but because of last-minute project deadlines he couldn't avoid. He was trying to provide for his daughter. As for being late to pick her up, Mark explains there was a major accident that shut down the highway. He shows the judge news articles and traffic reports from that day to prove it. Mark then takes the stand himself. He looks directly at the judge, his voice filled with a mix of frustration and love. "I love my daughter more than anything in this world," he says. "Yes, my schedule is difficult, but I am doing my best. I call her every night. I send her drawings. I am not an absent father." He talks about the special bond he has with Lily, the inside jokes they share, the way they build Lego castles together for hours. He's not just a name on a visitation schedule. He's a dad, trying to navigate a difficult situation. The judge, a man who has clearly seen countless family disputes, now faces a tough decision. He looks from Sarah to Mark, his expression unreadable. He acknowledges that the car issue is straightforward. Based on the title and loan documents, the car legally belongs to Mark. He orders that Sarah must return the car within 30 days. However, he also recognizes Mark's initial intention for Sarah and Lily to have safe transportation. He strongly suggests they work out a private arrangement for Sarah to buy the car from Mark or for Mark to help her find a new one. It's a legal ruling with a human touch, but the real challenge is the visitation schedule. The judge looks at both parents and speaks sternly. "This isn't about a car," he says, his voice commanding the room. "This is about a little girl who loves both of her parents and deserves to have both of you in her life." He criticizes Mark for his lack of communication regarding his schedule, telling him that a quick text message about running late is not too much to ask. He tells him that being a provider doesn't excuse him from being present. Then he turns to Sarah. He acknowledges her pain and frustration, but also gently cautions her against letting her anger towards Mark cloud her judgment. He reminds her that fostering a positive relationship between Lily and her father is crucial for Lilia's development. He stresses that the two of them as parents need to learn to communicate better for the sake of their child. In his final ruling, the judge decides not to reduce Mark's visitation time. Instead, he modifies the agreement with stricter terms. He implements a right of first refusal clause. This means if Sarah needs a babysitter for more than 4 hours during her time, she must offer the time to Mark first and vice versa. This gives both parents more opportunities to see their child. He also orders them to use a co-parenting app for all communication regarding Lily. This app will log all their messages, creating a clear record and hopefully encouraging more respectful and timely communication. All schedule changes must be requested through the app at least 48 hours in advance, except in emergencies. The judge concludes by ordering both Sarah and Mark to attend co-parenting classes. You may not be a couple anymore, he says, looking them both in the eye. But you will be parents to Lily for the rest of your lives. It's time you learned how to be partners in that role. The gavel falls and the case is closed. Sarah and Mark leave the courtroom separately, both looking drained. They didn't get everything they wanted, but perhaps they got what they needed. A structured path forward and a stark reminder of what's truly important. It's a bittersweet ending. A testament to the complexities of family law, where there are rarely clear winners or losers, only people trying to piece their lives back together. Thanks for watching. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into fascinating legal cases. See you next time.